Alright, we're back again. We can see who's still on time. So Chesney's currently sat P3. Big chunk of his ERS left, so I don't know if this is recharge lap and then he's off to go again, I assume. Oh, that's painful because
I wonder if it's one of those he slowed down to let someone go through in turn 2 and it's just ruined him doing it.
Because it's still counted as being in the pit lane.
Before, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're hopefully for his sake, he can at least have a good race. It's Fractal's first appearance within HOUSEOFRACING today. Going through the order as well, we've got Junior Cindy, who reserved for the first time last week. We've got Tiger as well, brand new driver in the tier. NXM Manic is Manic Panic's, he's had a quick name change and he's same driver as before. Matt as well, who had a good race in tier 3 yesterday. He's zipping around in tier 2 today. And then we've got Fractal as well. Oh, I just got a message. Yeah, so Fractal did. He got disqualified then for waiting for someone to pass. Which is pain.
Yeah.
Just the way the game works. I mean, what it's just identified him as technically being within the pit lane still and stopped. Yeah. That you're trying to block the pit lane, yeah. Doesn't make any sense, but, you know, we love a bit of Cody's, you know. They've always, this is always hanging around, isn't it? So Banana put it up to P2 as well, knocking Chesney down on screen down to P4, but he is on a lap, so we'll see what he can do going through the wall of champions, whether he keep this valid, which he does, keeps it out the wall as well, to the line. Can he find any improvement? He does, he goes up to third, just finds just under a 10th to get ahead of the one Red Bull, but still one to be up ahead and a McLaren of Banana.
I'm surprised to see everyone getting in time so quickly in terms. Well, I'd say that. I guess it's really been something for this estimate, isn't it? But it's one of those tracks where maybe it's not as bad as in the intro, but it's certainly one of the tracks is great. So we can
I think one thing I would say as well, that was very interesting, is as soon as we started, it's very often that, you know, people dribble out the pits. Literally, as soon as we loaded in, everyone was on track. Everyone flew out, so I think people really are committing now just to being on track for the whole session, just getting multiple runs in, which is it's quite nice to see people just bumping in lap times.
Because that Troy's going to be the next one to cross the line, so this will be his first actual representative time, his first time going to the
because that's fourth as well, yeah.
Just off this season.
Yeah, I was going to say potential Alpine redemption today. Obviously, last couple of weeks it's been very painful for them, losing they've had a massive inroads getting eaten into their championship by the chasing pack. I would say from AlphaTauri, but Kiz obviously retired last week and he's not here today, so that's not going to go in their favour. Faisal's not here either, so they've got 2 reserves in the car. And one's disqualified, so that's not the best start for them as if they want to hunt down Alpine, and Alpine have obviously, you know, put it P3 and P4 to start things. I quickly get up the championship standings to keep people in the loop as well with how things are going, so I quickly get Ali on the screen as well. He's on a time, he's slightly down, but we'll finish it while I discuss this. So Kurabold, after his win last week, went top, so he's currently sat top on 86, 16 points above Pool. He also then moved up after a good performance last week. We've got Chesney then sat down in third, 67 points, he's 19 off the top. Kizza P4, Banana fifth as well, he's 28 points off the top, so that's your top 5. So in terms of people that could jump up the order today, you've got Troy down in 6th, Jono and Kookaburra 7th and 8th, so both the Red Bulls, you know, they've started decent, so you'd hope that they can make inroads in on that as well. Kurabold then on his time goes 7th. He's had nothing, decides to cut all that, but it is renowned as well, you know. He said several times in the chat before how he's not keen on the wet conditions, so that's one thing to probably look out for as a potential chance for others in the championship, because the amount of comments made about him struggling in the wet, you know, if Pool hooks it up and he's had a good time again here, and he goes pole, Kookaburra retires. Kookaburra's in the wall. Yeah, he's in the wall. Where Vettel went off when Button went and won the Grand Prix, but he's fully in the wall. So I don't know what's second driver into the 118s, and that's just what Poole wanted. I mean, Kurabold's only in 7th, and that's the best he's going to do.
And I mean, you'd expect in conditions like this, the track would just keep drying and drying as the cars go around. I mean, obviously, the conditions are set to stay the same the whole session, but drier line beginning to form, so maybe we're going to see him drop.
I mean, you've got people behind him. You've got Jundi Sundy, he had a good race last week. AJ, while he's got some pace to be able to hook something up, I don't know how much practice he's been able to get in. Alfie, Ali, Spinax, you've got several drivers behind that do have the capability of dropping Kurabold down. So the one thing I would say though is there is just between Kurabold and Cyril, P7, P8, there's just over 2/10 between them. So there is a substantial drop there in terms of lap time from the rest of the grid. So we'll see if anyone can kind of slot into that gap. Watching Spinax as well, John Oak as well then. Drops 3 more tenths on Poole's head to put it provisional pole. 18.6. Poole sat in the pits right now. I don't know. I mean, he's probably doing one more then. And Spinax goes pole with 18.5.
Yeah, it's over a tenth clear then at the top there at the moment. Quite a big gap as well down to Poole then into
4 tenths, yeah. So there's two big, I was going to say a big drop off between 8th and 9th now, but realistically, I mean, when you compare the gap at the top compared to that, I mean, there's not really any real drop off. F1 Kid asks, is the race wet? No, the race is inters as well, so inters between qualifying and the race. No change in conditions.
Chief Dudes wants the invite if you've got an idea.
Yeah, I'll check him on. I just watched Manic to the line. Who goes 15th? Where is he? Let me get Doozy.
I think Manic's just about to start that, wasn't he? Or...
Oh yeah, he probably crossed. Let me Doozy. Ah, he's not showing up as online for me. Let me drop him a message.
I think a lot of people are only just preparing for their final lap to get the EOS back for one time to send right towards the end.
Yeah, 2 minutes left.
On the lap now. So.
It's very always on the grass though as he goes through there. Very odd. I mean, that's something I hope they fix for next game as well. When they start a time, it just automatically gives delta on the screen as if they finished the time, even though they've got no time on the board. I mean, even though they've got a time on the board, it just automatically links back to that time rather than what the actual session should be, and it should just be no delta, say, just starting from 0. Right, well, we finish Manic's timer quickly.
I'll imagine invite you to do this.
Hey, Manic, that's fine. So it says I'm asking for too much. That's true. I'm just hoping for a game that actually works and lobbies don't die every 15 seconds.
Yeah, I think we think it would be nice that we don't have to always have a driver necessarily host, but big ass.
Oh, Manic might have blocked the, I'm assuming that's Banana.
Yeah, it's Banana, although I don't think Banana's on the max.
No, he's not, yeah. So he just finished his time to obviously put it into people. I'm assuming that was an improvement from him. I might have missed that. Who's that we've got coming to the line? Both Alpines then, on their final run, just coming into turn 1. Elsewhere, have we got? Is that Jono coming to the line? It is. He's marginally up as well. Ooh, gets very close to the wall. Gets a little bit of a toe from the Hazard head. I think this could be provisional pole. It's not. No, he improves by a tenth, but it's not enough to knock Spinax off that top spot. Gets out of the way of his teammate as well. He's flying behind him. Who have we got? We've got Matt as well. I think that's just come to the line in his final run. Down to 13th. So what can the tier 3 driver do? Stays 13th. He finds a massive improvement, but doesn't get him close enough to Tiger, who's still a tenth up the road from him. We've got a Mercedes coming to the line. Is that Cyril? It is. Cyril. No, is he just starting his time? He is. Is he just starting his time? No, that's him done, I think. Who else have we got? Manic Panic's coming to the line as well.
Jono isn't going to improve. He's got someone quite slow and just going quite slow in front of him. I don't know who it is. I think it's a Williams.
So he improved on his last time, so I think that was his push run last lap, to be fair. His Tiger's done as well. So here come the Alpines. Of Chesney, then followed by Troy. Can they move up? Chesney goes second, and Troy goes fifth, so improvements for both the Alpine boys. Very, very close to the front there.
Going to be Ali next up to the line then. I think he was slightly down this time going into the final chicane, but I've had plenty of time to gain if that was the case. So
out of nowhere, Kookaburra goes pole. Look at that margin. Wow. I was just saying how close it looked like it was going to be for pole, and then out of nowhere, Kookaburra slides in and drops 2.5 tenths on these guys. Fair play. When was the last time Kookaburra had a pole in Tier 2? That seems like it's been a long time coming. I would have to dig around to see who got the last pole, or when he got his last pole. Surely this was well, I mean, it wasn't this season. It hasn't
going
been
back to like season 3, season 4.
Yeah, the OG Kookaburra finds barrels of time on that final run to put it into pole position, and no one else is improving. So that's Kookaburra for the first time in however long on pole. It just shows so Kurabold realistically didn't lose that much time in the end then, dropping only to P8, which honestly, considering he was in a wall, I think he'd take that, because you know he's still within the top 10, he can still push upwards from that, so I don't think he'll mind too much. Stein, you know, he's within the top 10, so I think he'll take that. But wow, Kookaburra pole position in Canada, in a wet, damp Canada. So he takes top spot and then surpasses his teammate. John, who's usually the man to beat in the rain, he's only down in P4 today. And then you've got that group, tightly packed group of cars. Svinax P2, Chesney P3, Jono P4, and Poole P5. Then there's a bit of a gap then down to Troy. Banana P7, Kurabold then, he was in the wall then after that one run, puts it P8. Ali 9th, Cyril 10th in the Mercedes. Then going down, you've got the reserve, Junji Cindy in 11th, Alfie now in a seat in 12th, Tiger reserve, first race in 13th, Matt 14th, Manic Panics 15th, AJ Wild back on track 16th, and then the 3 non-time setters at the back. Hopefully Fractal can then push up. That's going to be one person to watch coming into this, because I think from what I remember from the lineups, Fractal has got some pace. So hopefully for his sake, I hope he can push up and then get in the mix, at least, you know, midfield upwards and break free from the back. So I'll keep an eye on him. In terms of the race, yeah, we did mention it. It's a full Inters race as well. So am I in a car? Why does it put me in a car? Oh,
it's because you joined the session, isn't it? In someone's
group. No.
Try not to take it on up.
Lads, I'm doing commentary from the track here. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I'm just going to have to pull aside and just retire straight away. Oh god, Shockers, breaking news, Shockers just joined the league. He's obviously gone. Kookaburra's on pole, get me back. Yeah, so people aren't scarred, I'll change from chase cam. Sorry lads, get this off the screen. He would use this camera, not me.
Is that 4 penalty points?
This is just an AI car, guys. Don't worry, this isn't me. Yes, don't worry, guys. This is the camera I usually use.
Oh, someone's got going immediately. Svinax has got a driver off the start. He was massively before the lights. I don't know what's gone on.
Right, retire.
But... Oh, and someone's round. I think that's Jono's had a moment. He's been held up massively, dropped a couple of places.
Yeah, Svinax is gone at the start, but I mean that's because he's...
Yeah, but he's going to have to drive through to serve, so he's going to go right to the back. Other than that dodgy Ferrari driver.
who's that last already? That's Paul. Right, so Svinax breaks he goes early then, jumps Kookaburra off the start, but then he will obviously go right to the back then. I'm assuming everyone's on Inters. Personally, I would have chosen Inters, you know, because I was racing. Castelli up full penalty points for a Aragon track. But flick through the order and see there's big changes happening. Yeah, AJ Wow's off the track. Tightly nicked gaggle of cars there. Oh, this is not look promising. We've got a car here.
Massively gone off, and McLaren just missed its break. That takes the up.
Tiger, yeah.
Tiger, yeah.
So that's right to the back for Tiger.
Yeah.
Oh, this does not look promising. Oh, there's contact behind. Ali then he squeezed into the wall from Fractal up ahead. Fractal making good progress on the opening lap though. Oh, goes side by side. Oh, and Ali's in the wall.
Oh, someone's in the wall, yeah.
Yeah.
Ali, Wall of Champions. I see he's got wing damage. I wonder if that's removed his front right wing plate.
The contact didn't look too bad from him, to be fair, so I think he'll take that.
No, he's fine.
Yeah.
So Svinax gets away with coming out in 10th.
That's not too bad, really. So I missed
into the back of him, and then I wonder if unless Atari pushed him into him or something, or just got caught in the whole melee, but... Just so I was saying his team to have got away with it, he's now been involved in that incident.
Yeah. That's worth saying. I think Cancella's just said it in the chat. That with him gone then, Kookaburra is then 3 seconds up the road.
Yeah, he's absolutely storming clear. Currently set to be a Red Bull 1-2. I mean, obviously.
We'll quickly flick through position gains from that start then. So Chesney's the big loser, then dropping down to P6. But everyone's like, there's massive improvements throughout the grid in terms of moves. K1's up 9 positions from the start after retiring in qualifying. Oh, I say that, but he's dropping. And he's gaining. It's just a bit of a shuffle around. Cheetah Doo's up 7th after joining in quali. Fractal as well up 7 positions, so big gains. Even at the front, you've got Troy and Banana up 3 positions. Just, I say that Doozy's got a 3-second penalty. Already getting...
Very early on.
Yeah, 3.
That 3. Oh, Alfie's disconnected. I don't know.
Yeah. Who's at the back? AJ Wild. Has he had a moment? Because he's 4 seconds at the back as well.
AJ Wild, 10-second penalty.
Yeah, I wonder if he's just gone deep and then just cut all of that. We'll see. I mean, those guys are at the back anyway because of their triple collision. But we'll follow this through and see what happens. We've got Tiger trying to make a move on Fractal. 2 new drivers, so...
Oh, AJ Wild's round. Yeah, he's scored the VSC, and I think he's lost his front wing. I only saw it in the background when I was trying to get Alfie in, but yeah, I suddenly just saw him spin round. I don't fully know what's happened, but...
Yeah, VSC, I mean, only a VSC. Your game has crashed, oh. It seems like very laggy today.
Get Alfie back in. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, because on my stream it's a bit choppy, and it shouldn't be, but so I don't know if the whole game is having a little bit of a stroke, is that, yeah? I don't know. Oh, we've got several drivers speeding under the VSC. Oh no. Top 4 all speeding under the VSC. Kookaburra, Jono, Troy, Banana, Paul hasn't, and Chesney sped under the VSC. They've all got drive-throughs. I wonder they were all at the Wall of Champions and it's glitched and chucked them all through. Oh no.
Well, but then it's very odd because Paul's got away with that one.
Yeah, so I don't know whether Kookaburra tried to go early.
As well.
Yeah, and it's glitched them. I don't know.
I think that's to be requested doing actually.
And AJ was already enough and retired in the pits. Yeah, there you go. Get back in there. Yeah, Cancelo in the chat saying how stupid virtual safety cars is, yeah. I'm assuming because it's the wet. The delta just massively spiked and just chucked them out, but the fact that Paul hasn't got one, I mean, he's done beautifully to end up in his P5 right now. Someone like Kookaburra, he's going to be gutted, isn't it?
I'm hoping though, with the pace he's had, that he might be able to fight back through for his sake. So yeah, here they all come to serve, as you would expect. You just want to over and done with.
Okay, so through goes Paul into the lead. And now, I mean, what's the gap then going to be? So Kurabold, out of all that, has then moved up to 2nd, even after his incident in qualifying. So to be fair, it's not too bad for the front pack. They're all coming out in that little opening that's gone through there. So they're all fizzling through.
About P5 with Cheetah Doozy in the middle of them. Checking out side to side.
Fractal
though, he kept it clean.
Yeah, nice racing.
I don't think he's close enough to make another move, is he? No, he's just going to have to stick behind. He's cut the track though, yeah. He's took too much of the inside curve.
Right, so this has definitely mixed things up. I mean, you've got Spinax as well down in 15th still after his spin for whatever happened there. Oh wow!
I think he might be getting a move done here on Matt actually into the hairpin potentially, or like, no, I think he's going to hold off.
He's trying to run the outside. Oh, Mercedes goes very deep, completely goes off track. Yeah, Manic Panic's completely off the track there. Drops 2 positions. Chimping
Matt's moved cross on Spinax it seems. You see that's slightly up to off track.
Ali had a bit of a snap as well. I don't know if Ali was involved there because he's had a little half moment that Manic Panic zoomed past him and made that position his.
So the gap at the top staying quite stable then. It's just, what's the gap going to be, you know, to those behind, like a Kurabold, like a John there, who's obviously had to drive through to come back.
Yeah. I mean, you think, so Kurabold is 2.5 seconds behind. So it's, I mean, Cyril's found himself in P4, so he's having a very good race. It's just these recovery drives in, or there might be a collision there. Oh, there's nearly 3 wide going through there. Oh, this is not looking promising. If they survive this, it's going to be very nice racing. Fractal hangs it ahead of Spinax. A couple of 3-second penalties already lingering around, already full drivers. Oh, you got a spin. It's that Ali round. Ali's in the wall. I don't know if he's got any wing damage from that. Oh, there's part of an end plate. Someone's got damage there. I'm assuming that's Ali.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a different Camera angle, but yeah.
I saw an end plate. I sent an invite to Alfie as well, where we get involved in this. Where is Alfred?
So both Cheetah Doozy and Troy are heading towards the final chicane now. Both were trying to use the RS, so it seems like Cheetah Doozy is going to defend the position into it. And interestingly, Cheetah Doozy is actually flashing yellow on fuel.
Oh, so
I mean, sometimes you do regain fuel in the inters anyway, don't you? So you might have been able to start under, but I wonder if he has to take a risk, especially considering there's been a BSC.
I mean,
it's a bold as well up top.
It's a bold call, but I mean, yeah, wet conditions you always regain that fuel back, so it's not a bad shout really. It's Doozy gets a 3-second penalty, already up to 6. And he's 7 laps in.
He's not done very well though, because he joined too late to actually set a quality lap. So yeah, he's gone up 10 positions, but this is the problem is he's sort of almost ruining his own race. He's beginning to have a few moments as well.
Yeah, so I guess he's been pushing like a madman then to cut through the field, and now it's maybe starting to slowly catch back up on him. That gap, I've just realised that gap then between Cyril and Kurabold is not really changing as well. It's staying very stable as close to 3 seconds. So I wonder if that's, you know, whether it's something to do with, I was going to say pitting and then losing some heat in your tyres or something, but Cyril's very close to the back of K1, who's found herself up in P3, so nice to see K1 back up at the front.
I was going to say, yeah, has Cyril just been gradually catching K1 and now he's stuck on the back wheel, we begin to see someone like Kurabold start catching him?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know whether or not that has happened or not. But
well, he might have had a bit of clear running and he's been able to cut through now, and now that he's on the back of K1, yeah, it might just introduce some pressure from behind from the Rebel boys.
Oh, and K1 slightly tapped the wall there. Yeah. I think that was the first chicane. Yeah.
There's a move. Is that Doozy round? No, not Doozy round. Oh, he cuts the grass a little bit. Contact with him and Chesney. Chesney did hit the wall there. Got a yellow flag at the back as well. Who was that? Who's in the wall back there?
Is that Alfie? I think the yellow flag is on Alfie, but he's in AI, so I don't know what's happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Alfie has got an invite, so he can rejoin. Hopefully he does. Yeah, look at this then. So Cyril through one. He goes deep. I was going to say he gets through on K1, but he goes deep. Gives K1 an opportunity to fight back, and they're side by side going down the back straight.
Looks like absolutely draining their ERS for this.
They're both fully committed to it, and yeah, Cyril's the one that secures the move. but at what cost in terms of his area? He goes deep during the chicane as well, gets a 3-second penalty, has a massive moment on the exit, and then K1's going to get back through. After all that ERS drain, it looks like K1 might send it down on him. He doesn't. Backs out of it, actually, which is quite surprising. And then Cyril, I mean, he goes deep there. I mean, he's ahead, but he's not exactly pulling away. He's having a couple of messy corners as well. But look at that. After all that, and Kurabold's gained a second and a half on these guys. And he's now within a second of them as well.
Again as well. And this is the problem though, he might have caught them, but it's now, if they're going to keep going at it like they have been, it's getting through these two.
Yeah, because, well, this lap, Kurabold has had a bit of a pace injection because he's dropped Jono by just over half a second as well, so he's put the burners on in the case of chasing these guys. Yeah, Cyril goes deep again. Okay,
I wonder if they battle so hard and ended up overheating their tyres.
Yeah, very possible, yeah.
Horrible on this game when you do that.
Yeah. Got to move as well. Spinax trying to cut back through the field, up now to 10th, past Cheetah Doozy. Very painful for Ali after his spins that he's sat 17 seconds off the back of Alfie's AI, so he's 28 seconds off the back of the actual pack. Got a yellow flag at the back as well, and that's Fractal, I think. There's Rania. I don't think he's in the wall, is he? There's something on the track that I wonder if that's his end plate. Oh, he just took off the whole of his front wing.
I was going to say that.
And he's caused a full safety car.
Yeah.
I think that was on purpose.
Yeah, I was going to say the same.
Yeah, and that's caught in 4K as well, so that might be something going to the stewards. Cheetah Doozy just, oh my god.
Under it. Oh, it's because he's gone into the pit lane, so that's what I was caught out.
Ali as well,
Ali's done the same, yeah.
And Fractal.
Fractal's done it, so...
I mean, it was caused from Fractal, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, reports, yeah. Bit odd that, you know, you put it in the wall and then you regain throttle and then you chuck it in the wall again, you know, it's... Fractal gets another drive through as well.
Yeah. But this was annoying, he's on his way to retire. I don't know why he's then caused a safety car before doing it. But...
Yeah. So just muds it. I'm surprised that, let's have a look at pits as well to see who's decided to start, who's decided to pit. Fractal gets another one, yeah. At this point, just call it a day, son. You've got 3 drive-throughs.
Yeah, he's going to the pits now.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah. We saw that coming. So no one really, I mean, top 10 then, all still on their 9-lap old inters. Everyone below that, so Chesney at the front of that pack that's chosen to, I mean, can he go to the end? 25 laps on the set of inters? I would assume...
Well, yesterday we did see it in Tier 3, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because it's a 25 lap race it was yesterday in Tier 3, and the front 3 all made the 0-stop work.
Kurabold gets a drive through.
Kurabold's got one. Yeah, that's also going into the pits. So this is the one thing that's changed. It caught me out all the way back in Bahrain, the first race we did this game. They'd updated it, so you can no longer be ahead of your data going into the pit lane.
Jono was very careful coming in, so he obviously saw Kurabold get one up ahead, and he was like, yes, that will not be me. Spinax gets one as well. This is painful.
I don't think we've seen as many drive-throughs in one race.
It says on the chat saying that's a bug. Yeah. With this race, we must have had about nine drive-throughs. We had that front 4 or 5 that got one, and then 4 people just now have got one. In the first lap, in the lap before that, you had all those people getting one as well. Ali, Fractal, Cheetah Doozy, Spinax. Wow. And then out of all this, and Paul is sat comfortably like, oh, people are getting drive-throughs, so not me. Can't relate.
But then I suppose the one thing this does, it's now really brought Kurabold back into play. We can show the pace he clearly has, but he couldn't get the moves done on either Cyril or K1, so he's going to have to start with those 2 in front of him. But Kurabold will have to move out the way.
So Kurabold's not happy with it in the chat, so he's saying he wasn't speeding when he hit the line, but I wonder what his delta was looking like. Yes, it says on the chat saying it's random that he records your split on the finish line. I don't know, yeah. I mean, it's just one of these other things, isn't it? That they've got in the game, and it's just painful that it's even a thing, because it's, you know, we've got safety car restart, half the race to go, and you've got 4 of the grid having to go right to the back with drive-throughs. Cyril with this 3 second, which I don't think he'll mind too much about at this stage of the race with more than half of it to go. Same with Tiger down in 12th, because he's got... I mean, I wonder how far... I wonder if they're all going to drop to all the way to the back. Surely it is. I mean, the people that pitted from the front, really, when they served it, they didn't seem to lose too much time. But that was obviously, there was some degree of field spread. You know, with it being a safety car restart, I imagine they'd go straight to last, wouldn't they?
Well, we saw it with Finlax. I mean, obviously he would have had a few seconds jump on everyone because it was jumper in the start, but he did only come out something like 10th, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then he got spun since, and has managed to fight back through to 10th just to now get hit with another drive through.
Yeah.
But it's one of these, you can obviously always risk doing a few laps and not dropping back behind the entire field, but the one thing you're risking is there's an immediate safety car. You've not got it over and done with.
Yeah. Sprachtel's already left the league. He's had a great first race and last race, so that's quite painful. Right, so down to 17 then, with plenty of the race left to go as well. Poole in the lead, with Kurabold tucked up behind him, but with a drive-through. Cyril then sits in a slightly unexpected P3, but he has got a 3 second, so he knows he has to pull out a gap behind him. He was fighting with K1 just before the restart, and he got past him when it got called. So the one thing bearing in mind is obviously tyres as well, that everyone's pitted apart from Alfie, who is in the AI mode, so he will be getting disqualified if he doesn't hop back in shortly. Everyone on fresh tyres. You've got a couple of people that have done an extra lap, but I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference. And everyone should be going to the end then, so we'll just see if there's another safety car with any collisions. And Poole gets a very good jump early doors on Kurabold. I've just realised how big this is going to be for the championship then. Obviously Poole and Kurabold are your top two runners, and Cyril's goes for a move down into turn 1. It's squeezed slightly by Kurabold, wheel banging as well, and he might have lost some ground there. Yeah.
Careful, yeah, because he doesn't want to then lose out to K1 behind, going for a move that he doesn't need to get done.
He knows realistically, I mean, Kurabold should be in at the end of this lap.
Yeah.
Oh, he's had a big moment. Oh!
Yeah, it's the K1's gone into him, and now K1's flicked off into the wall. I wonder if he's been picked up any damage from that.
I'd imagine that's something.
No, he hasn't.
He might have, I mean, nothing came off, but surely he's had some kind of impact there with some damage. But I mean, yeah, that's opened up a bit of a gap then between Cyril and his closest rival. But he's got Kurabold directly behind him now. He was chasing him and K1 down before they Matt's got a 3 second penalty as well. I wonder what Kurabold's going to do here then, because surely you just get rid of it straight away.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to risk even another safety car, but I do wonder if he has got that thought in his mind just to keep going, seeing that he's going to have somewhat open track in front of him. There's sort of almost a 1.2 second gap already.
Yeah, we'll see what he does. I mean, Cyril's got to be careful behind him. I wonder...
True. He is straight in.
Is he going to break inside? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so yeah, Kurabold's in, so we'll watch that space and see where he filters in. Spinax is in as well. No,
Spinax stayed out. Yeah, Spinax has stayed out and continued.
And he's spared. So he's gone to serve his and he's spared, unfortunately. So yeah, so Kurabold's all the way to the back then. So I wonder how close he's going to be. He's coming out now. Manic Panic's at the back of the pack, just out of turn 2. So he's not massively off the back there, so I don't think he'd mind that too much. 3 seconds there, 3 seconds off the back of Manic. So all big slides as well from Cyril and P2.
I think there is still, painful to see that you're now behind Attrick, the other one from the position.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I think Kurabold's really got to get a move on it, because if he's not careful with his fight with Cyril here, Poole could run away. 1.8 up the road, 1.9 after that corner. I think after that qualifying, when he goes very deep, Cyril.
Yeah, he could have the move here then.
The one thing of going deep though is he would have got a better exit, yeah, and he has. I wonder if Kurabold's just going to have a little drain here to get past.
They both are.
Yeah.
But Kurabold's catching, although Cyril's moved across and they made slight contact.
Very aggressive defence. Down into the chicane. Yeah, and Kurabold has the move done. I think he had to hop over the inside curve a little bit, so he may have had a corner cut there, but in the grand scheme of things, I think he'll take that up into P2. Cyril might have a little sniff here. No, he thinks better of it. But down into P3 for Cyril, but you know, he's got that penalty looming over him. He just needs to hold on, keep doing what he's doing, but he's got Jono right behind him as well, closely followed by Banana before there's that slight drop off down to K1 in 6th after his early collision with Cyril after that restart.
So Finax has now served his drive through and he's going to come out 14th then. I think the problem he had is he tried to do the extra lap, but he was in a fight, I think it was with Troy at the time, and it's almost, at that point you're just better to go server and get yourself into the clean air.
Yeah, because then at that point he was then losing time fighting.
Yeah.
As opposed to just getting the penalty out of the way. Yeah.
Kurabold's going to get 3 Bannock now. He
starts his, Right, that gap has, so since Kookaburra's got through into 2nd place, that gap has actually gone up, so Poole with very good pace up front compared to the pole man.
I think Cyril's really struggling into the hairpin. He seemed to have another moment when I cut to it, and John is trying to chase him down, slowly catching him, but I think he's going to be too far back this time. I say that, I think he's really too right, but no, he's back.
No, that was, I got a bit scared and I can't lie.
Oh, Cyril's had a huge moment though, and there goes Jono then.
And Banana,
yeah.
I think Cyril just needs to stabilise his race now, because he knows he's got the penalty as well. He just needs to now settle into 5th and try and extend this gap to K1 behind, I think, and just hope for a top 5. But he's having so many moments every lap. It's Kurabold then, that charges true. Paris Manic, and then up into 12th, fastest lap now as well. Got a bit of a gap now up to Matt though in P11, so we're keeping on that 1.6 seconds as the lap start. Yes, so Cecily's saying that Kookaburra's got higher wings. But he can't make it up in sector 1, so yeah. I mean, the gap is coming down a little bit. It's down to 2.1.
He seems to at least be slightly quicker than Jono, but there's not too much in there. Certainly earlier in the race he was much quicker, but then also he was the car that broke away from the pack.
Yeah. Banana's the one
I was very surprised off the start when Jono was back in P2, because at the start he got involved in a slight incident. Yeah. Tiger goes wide into the hairpin, and Matt gets through just before a safety car for some reason. Spinax is out.
He's in the wall. He's in the wall. Spinax is out. Spinax is fully in the wall before the hairpin.
Go out after the safety car was pulled though. Very odd.
Constella says, I don't think it was intent. I mean, we'll have to watch it back. It didn't look like his dot was moving on the screen, and for it to be a safety car, he must be out because his car was gone. It wasn't still driving, so I'm very confused as to what that could have been.
He must have had a moment, caused the safety car something moving his wing, and then tried to get going and lost it again. That's what I thought. Because there was quite a delay from when it then to leave the tyre.
Yeah.
I assume most of the field will pit under this.
Yeah, so the back 4 have caught it perfectly and they've been able to box straight away. I don't think that should really impact any position. I mean, that's perfect for Kookaburra after he drained all of his battery basically to get past Cyril. And now he's going to be right on the back of Poole, so perfect for the Red Bull boys. You just need to hope that these guys don't want to squabble and get caught up in anything.
Well, I say most of them go in, but of course they didn't pit too long ago. To be fair, you've done well to not finish last.
I'm not last, lads. I've had a good shift. Only upwards from here in the tier 1 race later. I see anything's being said in the chat regarding all the drive-thrus and stuff.
The one especially I feel, because he would have had the gap and probably been able to still come out in front of Chief Doozy, not lost any ground, and still be 13. I guess it all comes down to tyre allocation as well. I don't know how many sets. I think you get 3 sets, don't you?
Yeah, I think
so
you
get 3. Going to something that they've used in quali, but
Spinax is left. Causing a bit of lag, I think, in the session, so it's a bit choppy for me.
Chief Doozy gets a 3-second penalty from it.
Constella says stream lags, and I can confirm I have not been going on my phone. I have not been creating more strain on my data, so maybe my internet's just having a bit of a mare today. I'll
So
restart
Alfie's
before
still
turn
not
1.
in, and it's causing a huge problem for Ali.
Oh yeah, because he's glitching around. There's already a bit of lag. We'll go
I'm
back to
hoping
Ali.
for Ali's sake, if Alfie can't get in, I'm just hoping this AI is just going to let him go, because
Yeah.
it seems he's actually losing time to the packs.
Oh my god, he's so
AI.
far behind. Yeah. Look how slow his car's going. Oh,
If he's
no.
listening, I think overtake it, take the 5-second penalty, and we can, as long as you've not served it, remove it after. Because if not, you're not going to catch the pack. It's dropping you
true.
further and further back, I think.
I'm just watching the delta
Actually,
between
it's beginning
Doozy.
to catch it somewhat now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he should be okay. I mean, it's going to be one more lap. I'm going to have to see. Consilla says Banana
he'll be
frauding
fine,
as host. In Banana we trust.
If he does, I don't know what tires it's sticking to.
Oh yeah, because he's got a fresh set of inters. Does it chuck him on literally the most worn set of inters? That would be pain. Look at him still sat behind that. It's just painful, isn't it? Alright, so should be in this lap then with the ghost of Alfie. Catching up with Ali, and then Manic Panic's in close proximity as well. 16 still in after Sphinx found a wall. So who have you got? Who would you put your money on?
I still want to say Kurabold. I think now he's caught back up with Paul. I mean, he's just showed such strong pace at the start that I feel like he might have it in him.
I think it was very close near the back, because I mean we've got a green flag out, but it's very odd that they put the green flag out, and it's definitely not green flag running. It's going to be interesting because I think Kurabold showed in quali that in terms of the pace on the inters, he's definitely right there. So I don't know. I think Kurabold could have this. I mean, the gap was already kind of narrow compared to Poole before. And now he's going to be right on the back of him, and he can have a slipstream from him as well. I think Kurabold could have this. I mean, this is big just for Poole's sake in the championship. He's gone. You got Kurabold.
He created a nice gap.
Yeah. Oh, he's in the wall. He's in the
wall.
wall.
In the wall, yeah.
He tried to go too early, and he went flying through and into the wall of champions. Doesn't look like he's got any
damage.
Yeah, but I wonder if he's got yellow wing after that. I mean, no end plate's obviously gone flying off, but surely with that hit, you've got something.
It did look quite a hefty hit. I'm surprised he hasn't lost an end plate completely from it.
Well, Kurabold smells blood then. He's got Jono following him as well. But wow. Not the perfect way to start. I mean, based on how he's driving already, we've got Cyril's out. And we got a safety.
He's in the wall, yeah.
Oh, how is he in the wall? Cyril was in the mix for the top 5. He had a sniff of a P5 or something. And he's eating a wall instead. Looks like Ali was off track as well there. I wonder if Poole pits. I'm very interested to see what he does. He doesn't have any visual damage.
We're not seeing any damage.
But it's whether the game, obviously the MFD might still tell him that he's got yellow wing or something. No end plate is gone, so I wonder if he's going to see that and don't just say, it is what it is. I'm just going to try and firm it and see what happens.
I'm hoping we don't get any more speeding under the safety cars.
Yeah. I think he's going to stay out. I think he's got away with it.
Yeah, he's staying out.
Yeah. Wow. Lucky, but someone is in there behind. I saw someone darting into the pits. It's Banana. A couple of people are in the pits for a fresh set.
Well, would Banana have been the one behind Cyril?
Well, did he have damage?
No, there's no wing change there going on.
So some people are gambling. You've got K1, Banana and Tiger all at the back then choosing to pit. Going for this fresh set of inters, so they're banking on this faster tyre at the end, being able to cut them through the pack, so something definitely to keep an eye on.
There's no wing change from all 3 of those either, so that is all purely just wanting to get the fresh tyres on.
I mean, in terms of people P8 downwards, I mean, they've got a big deficit on the people behind. I mean, compared to, you know, when you're comparing Banana, K1, Tiger to the likes of, you know, Manic, Ali, Cheetah Doozy, Jundi, Sunday, it's not crazy. But if they clear those guys and they get up to the front 7, that's when they start to notice the differential, because they've got 10 laps younger than the front guys. So, you know, you've got the Red Bulls and the Alpines running 2 and 2, but you know, you've got these people at the back. You've got both McLarens coming through that, you know, they could have a serious strategy on their hands here. Still plenty of time to be able to do something. It's just whether, like we saw with Cyril and K1, you know, you can easily get stuck behind someone in the wet and fail to being able to make an overtake stick just because it's you know, you can't commit as much as you can in the drive to an overtake.
I wonder if Wesley has changed of strategy when the safety car goes in this time. Because his original getaway, it was well done. He had gained about, you know, he had about a 7-point gap when he got round the final chicane until obviously then crashed the wall, which lost it. In a way, I mean, he was lucky to not take damage, let alone still be leading.
I think he's going to go all the way to the line.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing, if he's just going to play it safe and
just wait anyway, yeah.
If that's going to almost play in his head.
I don't want to end up in the wall again. He's got away once with murder. He doesn't want to have the same thing happen again. Oh, Cyril is not happy in the chat. There is head loss from Cyril.
It's a shame, because there's been a few races, to be honest, where he's been slightly off the pace, I would say, recently. But today he was showing good pace and getting up there, and, you know, other than his track limits that was always going to drop him back, he was around the podium positions on track for a bit.
Yeah.
So it is a shame for him, because he was showing something there.
The one person as well to keep your eye on as well. I mean, I know he's on the same set as the front guys, but, you know, considering all that's happened, you still got Kurabold floating around in P7. I'm very interested to see what happens with these guys at the back. How quickly they can cut through. If at all. We cut to the front and we'll see what Poole does on this restart. Obviously he went early last time and he managed to find the barrier and somehow escape damage, so...
I think he might be doing the same, because he's very much slowed down and let the safety car go massively already.
Yeah, he's gone again. Same thing. Practice makes perfect. And he's gone again. He's already got a nice little gap to Kookaburra, so it's whether he can keep it out of the wall this time, and he does, so... Oh, and Kookaburra had a slightly compromised run out of the final corner, and I think Jono's going to have a go at him.
He was joining the RS, but he's backed off. I wonder if that's something they've just agreed. They've seen the gap high. It's already 1.6 seconds, and they think that's right, and let's just keep things down.
Yeah, gaps open up already. Got Banana already making a move on the Ghost of Alfie. He gets cooked there. Dropped 3 positions. I mean, he gets disqualified anyway, but... Poor Ghost.
Seems like quite a few people are caught almost nothing off the safety car restart. Cooper almost dropped back 7-8 tenths immediately, and now it's at 1.1. Chesney dropped that, Matt dropped that, Cheetah Doozy dropped that. There's quite a few gaps in there.
Alright, so I'm just watching...
Something went into like a Kurabold there, but luckily nothing comes from it.
So I'm at the back watching Banana as well in his fresh set. He's got Manic Panics ahead of him. The reskinned Manic Panics. NXM. And just as I said it, he's hopped over the curb and he's got a warning. Tipped him over into the 3 seconds. So a couple of drivers now getting stuck with penalties. And he commits the move. Down the inside he goes. Using his fresh tyres for an advantage there. Through he goes. Gets a good exit as well to keep ahead. Up the position he goes. And I think, yeah, Manic's going to drop down past K1 as well.
Managed to get through, although he must be running quite low wings because Manic suddenly comes flying past.
He had a little drain.
Yeah,
he had a slight drain before and then stopped just as he was getting past, but yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a huge advantage though, yeah. Jundi gets moved on Kurabold slightly further up.
Yeah, down to 8. He goes obviously tyre advantage there. Coming in key there for Jundi Sunday. Oh, Cheetah Doozy getting a bit keen on the throttle there, nearly flicks Kurabold round. It's a big gap opening up between the Red Bulls and the Alpines as well. 2.5 seconds. Just very big for Red Bull in the championship.
It's a K1 with at the moment because he's dropped a couple of positions down to 14th. He's still on the back of the McLaren Tiger, but
I think all eyes on Banana.
He's going to get moved on. Yeah, he's managed to get through Tiger then.
Plan's right in the back of Ali now as well. I wonder if he's going to do the same thing. He sent it on Manic Panics here. I wonder if he does the same thing to Ali. Outside this time for him. Breaks later. Oh, he goes into the back of Cheetah Doozy. Knocks him slightly wide and he loses a position there to Ali.
They both hit Cheetah Doozy by the looks of it.
Double team. Junior Cindy's side by side with B16 Matt as well, going down into the final of chicane. It's got the inside line,
almost through the RS already, but I think he's going to back out here.
Well, he doesn't. He tries to hold it out and it's completely mudded him. Yeah.
Oh, someone's in
Ali's in the wall.
It's Ali, yeah.
And another safety car.
It's VSC this time though.
Yeah, and Ali immediately.
It's VSC on mine, but yeah, there's a safety car coming out.
Full safety car, yeah. Wow. We knew someone would come across it. And it was Ali, so that's another one down. 6 drivers now out. Down to 14 running with 13 actual human beings without it being an AI. Safety car after safety car in the ring.
It's very surprising to be honest. I mean, when you were watching it, you're sort of expecting something to come from them going side by side into the final chicane. And then just to see it out the corner of the eye, right at the back from them.
Yeah. Kinsella said, is it worth boxing? Honestly,
I think at this point, if you stayed out, I feel like you almost just firm it.
I was actually going to say the opposite. I think if you're one of these front guys, there is some kind of gaps on the I think if you're on the podium, I don't think you do it. If you're like a, if you're like a B50 bat, I think surely you pit. Match,
yeah.
Like if you're Matt, you come in.
Yeah.
I think if you're right at the front, I think at this point you realise that your fight at the front is with people. Yeah, so Paul doesn't pit. I wonder if anyone else pits. No. Oh, Jesse Pierce.
Yeah.
So this is, okay, very interesting. And we've got another car in behind him as well. Banana's in again. I wonder if Banana's got damage. Because he was making good progress on those
4 laps. So yeah, he must have damage.
If he hasn't got damage. He does, yeah. New front wing for Banana. Which is a shame. Well, I mean, that was probably from rear end and Cheetah Doozy that we saw briefly. So I wonder if Ali had any wing damage from that, and then that's what chucked him into the wall because he just didn't have the downforce being able to carry him through the corner. I don't know. But yeah, to the back he goes again, and he's back on another fresh set, so we can see what he does this time. I think Cheetah Doozy was in the pits as well with maybe some damage as well, because he's not happy in the chat with Banana for that rear end, so might be seeing a report through from that, so one thing to bear in mind. But yeah, so Chesney down to 10th, onto the fresh inters, but we can have, what, 8 laps of running left?
Importantly as well, he got out in front of Alfie's AI. You don't want to get stuck behind the AI he held up on the restart.
So immediately on the restart, he's going to be right in the back of Tiger, being able to push up.
So it's going to be Jumby Sunday then in 5th, who's on 9 lap inters with quite a bit of a tyre advantage over the front 4.
What has Chesney done there? Chesney's done the exact same thing he did in Monza, not paying attention, and he's nearly completely killed about 6 people, and he's gone into the wall. He's just driven into the wall.
I don't think he damaged himself there, did he? But
I think he has. Chesney, lad. This man he does not understand safety cars. I think he's going to come straight back in.
But the AI's just overtook him. I don't know if he's gone...
Okay, so he's not
I don't know if he's paused and gone into AI, but if he has, it's then let Alfie's AI get through.
Oh my god. Okay,
well,
so we were saying about...
It was good that he got out in front of the AI, that's that gone.
I was about to cut to him and say, what a promising position he's in. Because you look at the tyre advantage he's got at cars ahead, it's crazy. I mean, you got the AI, but that was behind him. Tiger and K1 have already got 5 extra laps on their tyres. And then if you get past those guys, you've got a humongous advantage over B50 Matt Kurabold Junior Singer's obviously got 10 laps, but then the front four as well. You've got such a big advantage on these guys. So I mean, for his sake, I just hope he hasn't got damage, because
if he
only
did,
outputs
though,
from
surely
him.
you would have just boxed there.
Yeah, because
You
then
would
at
have
that
had the
point,
option of doing another lap. Yeah, you would have lost 3 more positions, but. Because he probably would have cost himself. I mean, he's going to be about a second or so just on the AI car, because it's just going to go so slowly on the restart.
Kookaburra is asking questions about braking and then going under the safety car. I didn't necessarily see that from Poole, but I wonder if Poole did a little bit of trickery, and then, because I mean he's keeping his tyres in good condition here with a bit of brake applied there. But I wonder if safety car in this lap. I missed that message.
Yeah, it is. He's let it go.
Safety car is in.
I think he's going to go for the same thing again.
Yeah, here he goes. Tiger with a bit of goes again. Poole, big fan of his tactic of going early, and to be fair, it's worked for him again, because he's had a nice comfortable buffer over the 2 Red Bulls going into lap 28. No one seemed to be caught that lacking in the top however many. Jundy Cindy with a 3-second penalty, that could be crucial.
Chief Doozy's just got to move them on
Loads of people
back.
racked up 3 seconds to come round into turn 1.
Chief Doozy is making a lot of contact as the McLaren. I think that's Banana who's there.
Doozy, I'd say.
They put themselves a lot of time. They're all on the fresh tyres and need to get a move on, but they can't be fighting this much between themselves.
Yeah. I think Doozy got another warning there. And he's had a massive moment. He's lost big time to Chesney up ahead. So Banana's obviously front of this pack now on the fresh tyres. 1.3 seconds now gap to his reserve teammate Tiger up ahead as well. Big gap opening up between Poole and Kookaburra. Poole's obviously done a good job of warming up his tyres and get them into a good operating window straight away. But Kookaburra with his straight line speed seems to be eating away at that.
Yeah, the McLaren swap round, which considering Banana's got 5 lap pressure tyres, and makes sense to do.
Yeah. 3 goes then. K1 up ahead, 5 laps younger as well for Banana on his next customer.
The one thing, if they're going to do it, they need to do it very quickly. But if Kookaburra is going to drop back slightly from Poole, they can't ease into that gap. They could just let Johnny go and just push on and have a go. And then almost just do it. If he doesn't get the position, swap back. If he gets it, then great.
Possibly. I mean, I guess it depends in the car how comfortable they're feeling, because tyre-wise obviously got the same life, so they've got the same equipment at their free use. So I mean, the gap's 1.2. It's kind of stabilised at just above a second really. So
actually, Jono has started to drop back further this lap. I just like even Arnix, he was consistently even with the dirty S. Oh, he's lagged out. That might be why then. It's crushing for him. He was only on for a decent result, pick up some good team points.
Wonder if Troy's gonna have. I don't know if he quick ping him an invite.
I'll try to send him one, yeah.
But Troy, if he wants to, he could pounce here, because the AI is typically slightly slower in the wet. So Troy then going for a pounce, and look how much. I mean, John, even if he does get back, he's lost heaps of time. Yeah, Troy's then through. Yeah, Reese has invited him, Kinsella.
Yeah, I sent them a couple of invites, so we should be able to get back in.
Not a speedy restart.
Gently suddenly gets through.
That's painful, because he's back with Kurabold now as well, and then this pair, Tiger with the 3-second penalty as well. So Banana has actually lost time really to K1. I wonder if Jono's going to hopefully get back in that window between K1 and Banana, because there's a bit of a gap there. So hopefully it'll stabilise in that position and not drop down anymore.
Is he back in his session? I didn't see him at this stage.
No, he hasn't. K1's lagged out as well. So both of them will start dropping. This is beautiful for Banana, really, yeah, because he hops through the both of them. But BTFC Matt goes for a move on Chesney. Two goes side by side. I mean, Matt's got massively old tyres, so I imagine that was just Chesney cutting through the field, though Matt's completely emptying his ERS and goes storming back past. Same with Cheetah Doozy, though. Cheetah Doozy, oh, and Chesney's rear-ended Matt going into the final chicane. And again, but Cheetah Doozy with another 3-second penalty. I mean,
Tiger's going to go flying past both of them after all this.
It doesn't sound like Jono's going to come back in and call the Constella. Apparently his internet is completely decimated. Yeah.
It's gone out.
That's very painful because that looked like a podium locked on really for the Red Bull boys. Beautiful for the Alpine lads though, especially Troy. Alpine need a day of redemption after last week. Very slow through there though for Troy. I mean, the people at the front now are surely.
I was going to say, I think as well, Rinka missing today is going to be a big one. They've obviously gone in at Ferrari, and you know, Ferrari won a bit of a charge last few races.
Kurabold's slightly making up time, and he's going to have Jundi Sundi. He's still within that penalty gap, but yeah, Alpine look like they're having a slightly better day. I mean, Chesney's only in 10th at the moment, but penalties up ahead of him, and he's got the fresher tyres, so I think Chesney could still make some progress out of it. If K1 is just back now, okay, I was going to say that Chesney's starting to catch up to him, so that could be another position for the Alpine lads.
Generally, Sunday's got through on Troy, but again,
goes deep.
So it won't matter. But yeah, Troy's got immediately straight back through from that error.
Lovely little switch back at the final chicane. On Chesney, the last thing he wanted, he's got a penalty added to his name. I think then, I mean, we could still have some mix-ups. I mean, Kurabold could still get in the mix for a podium here, but I think your front two is sorted unless anything drastic happens. I mean, Kukura's got a slight tyre advantage. Not tyre advantage, sorry, a ERS advantage compared to Poole.
Oh, Tiger's round. Oh, he's managed to... He took another hit off of Manic Panics. He went into Manic Panics with spinning, and then as he spun back round, he's then also collected Matt as the problem. So Matt's now going to have to deal with a missing end plate until the end of the race.
Not too bad considering it's only a couple of lapses. Kurabold then gets past Banana. Considering Kurabold is on 21 lap old tyres, he's holding his own against Banana. But you expect Banana's exit out of this corner to be drastic. When he goes for a dive though, and it's going to be Kukura lucky not to go in the wall, and Cheetah Doozy's now locked tyres with him. Wow. That's allowed him to kind of leg it,
through,
Both these guys dropping back behind the K1. K1 not with a penalty as well. So Banana and Doozy, I mean, how many penalties has Doozy got? Because he took 18 seconds of penalties for Cheetah Doozy. He's just been collecting them like Infinity Stones.
Similar to what we saw a minute ago with Troy and Johnny Sunday, Cheetah Doozy had the move done, but went too deep into the chicane.
Matt's called it a day. With that damage, I thought. Yes, they just cost themselves so much time. I wonder if Banana's got damage because he's in the wall. He's in the wall again. Bouncing on Chesney.
Yeah, Chesney went wide and caught the grass, and then couldn't get the car turned back in time to not put Banana in the wall.
Yeah, Cesar's coming for him in the chat saying that it was Banana mostly going for a stupid dive bomb then cutting back across. Yeah, I think with the tyre advantage he had, I don't see why Banana really made the dive bomb into the chicane, into the hairpin, sorry, because he had such a tyre advantage. He could have just sat behind, got the better traction at the corner, and had him down into the wall of champions. But
in all of this, I don't know if Paul's made an error, but suddenly Kukura is right in the back of him.
Both
could be seeing the move potentially lap, but certainly, I mean, if he keeps like this, by the end of the lap, I mean, we could be seeing an overtake into the final chicane. We've seen what can happen. Banana's now out.
It's in the wall. Where's Banana?
Oh, it's in the pits, and Tiger's in the pits as well. Both McLarens suddenly have just retired.
One lap, I think.
Jono and Alfie is AI as well. They would have, you'd imagine, been guaranteed to beat those.
Yeah. I mean, Alfie's getting disqualified regardless. Just
Yeah,
very
John
odd.
would have done enough to count, but yeah.
Because then that's points. I mean, yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, it looked like at least one of them was in the pits. I don't know if they were both in the pits or one was down the pit straight. Because obviously there won't be a safety car this close to the end. K1's right then, but we're cut to the lead now because it's getting very tasty for the win. Jundy Cindy then P3 currently, but it looks like it's going to be Troy then that swoops up to steal P3. The gap is half a second going into the final lap of the race then. Who wins it? Who takes it? I wonder what the warning situation is like, because obviously they're both penaltyless currently.
I will go check the warning. So Paul is saying 3 warnings, so there must be collision warnings in there. So
Yeah.
that's going to throw it off. And then Kookaburra is up. Again, it's saying 3 warnings. So
Okay.
not telling me too much, there must be collision warnings in there.
4.7 seconds gap back to Jundy Cindy, so it's all to play for between just the front two. Poole and Kookaburra onto the final lap. This gap is coming slightly down. I mean, I just don't, unless Kookaburra just drains it and has a good run out of the hairpin. I think Poole's just going to hang on to this.
Although Kookaburra's got a bit of a better run there, well, I say that, I mean, Cindy's just dropped back a bit. It looked like he's going to gain a 10th out of it.
Oh, and he clutched it. Oh,
he's gone
spins
into
him. Is he fully round? I mean, I wonder if he's going to let him through because he knows. Surely he lets him through.
Either you win it on track, or realistically it's going to be overturned in the steward.
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, Kookaburra's just going to I wonder if he's going to pull over to the line, because surely all it takes is. Yeah, is he going to pull over? He's not. So Kookaburra wins on track, but I mean it's from rear-ending Poole, so I don't think that's going to stay. I think he's going to find himself with a penalty for that.
Yeah, and unless he's expecting more reports to come through, I think realistically you're going to see Paul's going to take victory here. And that might, let me double check the gap, that might be enough for us to see another championship leader. Felt like Chesney was able to, not quite, he's 16 behind, so it'd be a 15-point swing in his favour.
Wow. Constella's in the chat saying that Poole's broken early. But I still think even if you break early, I think that's still, I don't know. I think it's very painful of your Poole to, you'll be just taking it slightly easy potentially on the last lap, and to get rear-end and flick round and lose the win because of that. I mean, I'd be fuming. So that's surely something that goes into the steward's room. Yeah, I imagine Poole's going to chuck down the reports immediately after. But we'll see. But yeah, so on track then.
Fastest lap as well for his title challenge then, so he will definitely keep the lead. But like you say, you'd imagine it'd probably swap.
Yeah. So yeah, Kookaburra then wins, but we'll see what happens in the stewards room and the final decision that gets announced tomorrow. Poole then second, but we'll see what happens there. Troy then bringing in P3, jump in Jundy Sunday after the penalty gets applied. Kurabold then, after his lack of all his wheels in qualifying and the drive-through. I mean, considering several drivers in this race are drive-throughs, I think the bounce back from several of them has been pretty good. Poole the only one really out the front that didn't have a drive-through, so fair play to him. K1 then doing well to come back in 6th, Chesney 7th, Manic in 8th, so a very good race for him just to stay alive as well. Cheetah Doozy with his amalgamation of penalties, he's managed to still get points, P9 sorry. John at P10 who will get points despite lagging out. Alfie, however, will be disqualified because I think he lagged out almost immediately. So only 10 finishes in all that.
One thing to note when you're going through that, Paul Kookaburra's come in chat and saying he will be reporting Poole too.
So right, okay.
Maybe it's not slightly as guaranteed to turn around as we first thought. We'll wait and see what happens then in the next day. But
yeah, so I mean, if you're into just interested, keep an eye on final decisions and just the general stat zone tomorrow to see what happens with regard to that and who actually gets the win, who gets penalties, who ends on top. So, well, 2 wet races done in Tier 3, Tier 2. Now we're on to the usual dry in Tier 1. So if you're interested in sticking around for that, we're live there in around half an hour. a Tier 1 take on a dry candidate. In terms of next week, though, we've actually got a sprint next week in Tier 2, I believe.
Yes, Qatar.
So the final sprint race of the season, obviously only 2 sprint races, but could be humongous for the title. Obviously, it could all get decided with this sprint race next week in Qatar, full send, and then the finale in 2 weeks at Abu Dhabi. So things ticking away in F1 23, so not left to do week-wise. So yeah, if you're interested in Tier 1, stick around for that. That's not shortly, and we'll see you shortly.